and welcome to yoga. So this week we explored the goddess Lakshmi. Lakshmi personifies love, inner abundance, material and spiritual wealth, happiness, beauty, grace, charm, and splendor. And the word Lakshmi means to know and understand your goal. Her face and open hands are in a mudra that signifies compassion or giving, or dana, charity. Her four hands represent the four goals of human life, considered important to the Hindu way. Dharma is moral duty, kama, meaning passion or desire, artha, prosperity, and moksha, liberation. The lotus flowers she holds symbolize fortune, self-knowledge, and spiritual liberation. And with Susan's assistance, we will chant the invocation to Lakshmi together 3 times. She will tell me when she's ready. Everyone can...
A lot of people are muted, even though unmuted.
Okay. You can unmute yourself if you wish to chant together with me for the invocation. Take a nice inhalation. Om Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Namah. Om Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Namah. Om Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Namaha. Thank you. That was nice. I'm going to do some warm-ups to open the heart and tap into this feeling of love and generosity. So start with the feet hip distance apart, the knees slightly bent. Then inhale, hold the palms facing one another in front of you. Exhale. Now inhale, open the arms, press the palms out to either side, like you're touching the walls on either side of you. And on the exhale, bring the palms back to face one another, bend the knees. Inhale, extend the arms out, straighten the legs, press the palms away. And exhale, bring the palms back to face. Inhale, expand and stretch out. And exhale, draw in. Inhale, expand and open. Open the heart. Exhale, bring the palms back facing. Stretch out and release the arms down. Now to throw off any negative energy, I'm going to do some big sweeps with arms, lifting up on the inhale and throwing down and behind on the exhale. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, throw back. Just throw off anything that's not assisting, that's not serving. Big exhales, cleansing the body. Good. Last one. Show our body some love and appreciation. We'll have our own yin massage. So bring the arms up over, and the hands down to the back of the neck, around to the front of the throat, heading down through the heart center, wrap around to the kidneys, Slide down the outsides of the legs, over the tops of the feet, up the inner legs. Cross opposite hand to opposite shoulder, slide out to the elbows, spiral the wrists, bring the hands back up. And repeat, bringing the hands down the back of the neck, front of the throat, down the center of the heart, round to the kidneys, brush lightly down the outsides of the legs, and inhale up the insides of the legs. Cross opposite hand, opposite shoulder, slide out to the elbows, spiral the wrists, reach back up. And start once again, bring the hands to the back of the neck, the front of the throat, round down to the back of the kidneys, and sliding down the legs. Exhale. Inhale, bringing the hands up only to the stomach now, and rubbing the stomach in circles. Both hands rubbing in clockwise direction. The right and down the left. Yeah. Now rest the arms. Breathe. Okay. Now continuing, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms, reach overhead, arch back. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands to knees, lift the front of the shoulders. And exhale, fold over straight legs. Do that again. Inhale, up halfway, flatten the back. Soften the knees. And exhale, straighten the legs, pull the navel up and in. Inhale, hands to knees. And exhale, straightening the legs, fold head to toes. Bend the knees, crouch down with the hips. Swing the arms in front till they're parallel with the ears. Come into chair pose. Inhale, reaching up through the hands. Exhale, lowering down through the hips. Inhale and exhale at your own comfortable pace. Next inhale, reach all the way up to straight legs. And exhale, lower the arms. And step the right foot back, lower the right heel down. And on the inhale, lift the arms, reach them wide behind you, lift up the heart. On your exhale, bend forward, bring the backs of the hands together. Inhale, lift through the elbows, open the heart, spread the arms. Exhale, bend forward, round the back. And inhale, lift the chest. Do a few more with the breath, lifting you up on the inhale, bowing forward on the exhale. Then switch the legs, step the right foot forward, and step the left foot back. Doing the same movement. Exhale, reach forward, round the back. Inhale, lift the chest, open the arms, and repeat. Just let the elbows lead the way. The spine remains supple. The breath continue to flow without interruption. Time. You can really breathe and open the heart. And step forward to the front of the mat. the arms at your side. A resting breath. Focus. That sense of purna, fullness in the heart, where you lack nothing. So full of love and joy. You could be generous with that love. Magnanimous. Now, lift the arms with the breath. Inhale, reach overhead. And on the exhale, fold forward. And step the right foot back. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, lift the hands to the left thigh. Roll the shoulders up and back. As you exhale, pull in through the navel. Lengthen the tailbone. Scoop the tailbone down. Lift the heart up. And lift the arms. Roll the shoulder blades down. As you scoop up the chest. Keep engaging the legs. Pulling the left heel under. Pressing down through the right knee. And release the hands behind the head and keep widening the elbows so the heart can open, the chest can lift, and all the love, joy, generosity pour out. And lower the hands down. Step the left foot back to downward facing dog. Widen the feet, hip distance, spread the fingers, claw the mat with the fingertips. Start with the knees soft, lift the sitting bones. And on your exhale, try to press the heels deeper. Inhale, soften the knees and shoulders. And on the exhale, lengthen the legs and arms. Long, deep breaths. Keep you centered in this sense of purna, fullness of the heart. Look up and step the right foot forward and lower the left knee down. Lift the hands to the right thigh. Lift the shoulders, roll them up and back. As you exhale, pull in through the navel, lengthen the tailbone, engage the legs in a way that draw them under and support you with muscular energy. Then lift the arms, let the shoulders relax. And if you're inclined to, release the hands behind the head, tipping the head back more, opening the chest. Continuing to breathe the fullness in the heart. Letting the love shine out from the heart and even radiate from the eyes and your smile. And lower the hands back down to the mat and step right foot back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the shoulders forward over the wrists. Lower the knees down. Cross the ankles and squeeze the knees together. Squeeze the buttocks. Pull up and in through the navel. Now lower halfway to the mat. Bend the elbows like grasshopper legs so they don't stick out to the side but draw in towards the ribs. Now release, lower all the way flat on the mat. Press the tops of the feet down for Cobra Pose. Squeeze the legs to the midline so the heels don't flop out to the sides. Tone the core. Press down through the pubic bone and slowly roll the chest up into a baby cobra. Breathing there. Down slightly so you don't pinch the back of the neck. And then release and rest chest to the floor for a deeper back bend. Move the hands back slightly closer to the hips and try lifting again in your Cobra. Squeezing the buttocks, drawing the elbows in towards the ribs, but mainly just smiling and breathing. Last breath. And release down. Rest on the ground. Switch the arms straight behind, the palms facing the floor. We'll do a Lotus pose, starting with just the legs. Keep the chin on the mat. Press the hips into the floor and start to lift both legs up. Lifting them off the floor, coming all the way, full locust. And lowering down to relax and release. Opening the heels, turning the chin to the side, and just sigh. Bring the hands to the floor, push yourself up to table pose. Curl the toes under, claw the mat with the fingers, and lift up the knees for downward facing dog. Rest in down dog by relaxing the knees and shoulders on the inhale. And then extending and lengthening the legs and arms as you exhale. Inhale and exhale at your own pace. Relaxing on the inhale and stretching further on your exhale. And look up, step the right foot forward. And widen the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. So your right arm is inside the right knee. Start with the left knee on the floor for easier access to this lunge. You can engage through the pelvic floor, the inner thighs, squeezing the legs as you stretch in the hips. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Open the chest, and on the exhale, bend the elbows, add more stretch in the hips. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, stretch deeper. If you choose to, lift the back knee. You can also get some stretch in that back leg. I'm doing this on fingertips. Some may need blocks, others may be down all the way to the elbows. Now let's switch sides. Step the right foot back. Walk out the knees. And step the left foot forward. The left arm inside the left knee. The right knee can be down as you start. Feeling the stretch in the hips as you exhale, bend the elbows. And on the inhale, relax that tension. Continue with that deep breath. Bending and straightening the arms as your body permits. If you choose, you might lift the back knee. Over a series of breaths, if the hips are open enough, you could come down to the elbows. Releasing to step the left foot back to downward facing dog. Inhale, shoulders forward over the wrists. Exhale, bend elbows, lower halfway, chaturanga dandasana. Then lower completely to the floor. Bend both knees and hold the ankles for bow pose. Find the ankles, then hug the thighs to the midline, flex the ankles. Inhale, lift the front of the shoulders. Exhale, squeeze in the core. And after you're ready to lift the thighs, lift the chest, and smile. You're opening the heart, radiating more love, more compassion, more generosity. And slowly release, and rest the feet down, the chin to the side. And push yourself back up to table pose. And curl the toes under, walk or hop the feet forward to the hands. Then exhale and fold over straight legs. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, lower the hands to the heart. Good. Everybody's alive and well. Now, I'm going to step the right foot back for warrior two. Turn the right toes out 90 degrees. The left toes straight to the front of the mat. Bend the left knee. Stretch out the arms on either side. Inhale, lift up through the armpits. Roll the shoulders back. And exhale, squeeze in the navel. Deepen the pose. On the inhale, now lift the arms till the palms touch. And on the exhale, just open the arms back to your warrior. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift the arms. Exhale, open and bend. Move with your breath at your own comfortable pace. Try and use both legs equally. The right inner thigh helping you lift and lower so you don't put too much pressure in the left knee. Last time, I want you to bring the left elbow onto the left thigh for side angle. Lift the right hip up and back by pressing the right foot into the floor. Bring the right shoulder up and back. And reach out over the right ear. Now, keeping the first two fingers extended, begin to circle that right arm. Exhale it down towards the floor. Inhale, lifting back up towards the sky. And don't drop your shoulder. Keep the right shoulder up and back. And just follow the movement with your gaze. So the neck is also getting a little bit of rotation. And circle the arm the opposite way. Exhaling downward and inhaling upward. Step the right foot forward to meet the left. Pause. Then step the left foot back. Turn the left toes out 90 degrees. Lengthen your stance towards the ends of the mat so you can lower the hips down. Spread the arms, shoulder height. Make sure you're not edging out over that front hip. Keep the shoulders back directly above the hips. On the inhale, reach up with the arms, straighten the right leg, and on the exhale, bend the knee. Just flow at your own pace that's comfortable for you. Now bring the right elbow onto the right thigh, the left arm up and over the left ear. The first two fingers extended. Tone in the belly, pull the navel into the spine. And start to circle that upper arm with your breath, lifting on the inhale and lowering on the exhale. The chest open, the left shoulder back, and the tailbone tucking under. And reverse the circles with the left arm going the opposite direction. And release. And up to the front of the mat. And rest with the arms at your side. Now inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Walk the feet back to downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, claw the mat. Hug the arms to the midline, drawing the shoulder blades into the spine. Balance on the left foot, lift the right leg up. You can open the right knee to the side, lift the outer edge of that right foot up to the ceiling. And switch the sides, the right foot to the mat, lift the left leg up. And open the left knee to the side. Extend out through the arms while lifting up through that left heel. And lower the left foot down. And lower the knees down. Lift the hands up for Camel Pose. The toes can be curled under or flat as you choose. Roll the shoulders up and back. Tone in the core, pulling the navel in, tighten the buttocks, firm the inner thighs. Start to roll the shoulders back, press the hips forward. Each inhale, open the heart. Each exhale, stretch back, maybe even touching the heels. Releasing, lift up. Rest the hands back to the floor. Do our counter stretch, just do our cat. Round the back like an angry cat, pushing down through the knees and hands, and lifting up through the navel. And inhale, lift the hands up. Turn to the side of your mat. Step the right foot out to the side for a gate pose. Keep the right foot flat on the floor. Or if you choose, you can always spin the toes up. I like to have the stability of the whole foot on the floor. Lift the left arm up over the left shoulder. Now you're going to slide the right hand down the right leg, bending to the right side. You're pressing the left knee down into the mat so the ribs can lift up and the heart can keep extending out and over the right side. Now bring the left hand over and down to the mat. Balance on the left knee and the left hand so you can lift the right leg up. Bend the knee towards your chest and reach down to the ankle. Hold the ankle with your right hand and begin to open into a side bow. Press the chest forward and tilt the head back. Lower the right knee back to the mat. Step the left foot out to the side. Reach the right arm up over the shoulder. Draw in through the navel. Press down through the right knee and reach out and over the left side. You can even bow your ribs towards the right to increase the stretch along the outside of that right rib cage. Breathe into the right side of the waist. And then bring the right hand over and down to the mat. Balance on that right arm. Lift the left leg, bend the knee towards your chest so you can bind the left hand into around the left ankle. Start to open the chest. Press that left foot back like you're flexing a bow. And then release and lower that left knee back down. To the mat and stretch back to downward dog for a little counter stretch. Walking the knees is helpful. Just rolling the hips around in circles, or create some movement that your own intuition guides you to try and experiment, see how it feels. Come down again to kneeling. Slide the right knee forward for pigeon. Open the right knee towards the right side of the mat. Walk the left knee back. Stay strong in the legs so you're not collapsing onto the joints, but lift up through the pelvic floor. Squeeze in the inner thighs. Over a series of breaths, you may be comfortable coming forward over the right hip. Go gradually. Test out. When that feels easy, comfortable, you can try going a little farther. And maintain that muscular energy in the core of the pelvis. In, lift the chest up. We'll add the thigh stretch. Bend the left knee. Reach back to hold the ankle with the left hand. Right hand can stay on the floor for balance as you draw that left heel in towards the left hip. the balance, you can try to lift the right arm. And perhaps connect the hands in your mermaid. And release and lower the hands. Step the right foot back to downward facing dog. Walk out the knees some. And bring the left knee forward for pigeon. Walk the right knee back. Maintain that integrity, the muscular integrity of the core, the pelvic floor tight, the belly tight. And if you're comfortable going deeper, walk the hands forward an inch. Take some breaths there. And keep exploring pose to your comfortable capacity, to the point where you can continue breathing, continue smiling, and continue feeling generous, loving to your body. Back, lift the chest up, bend the right knee for a thigh stretch, hold the right ankle and pull the heel towards the hip. And keep the balance as you lift the left arm up, or try to clasp the hands in mermaid. Opening the chest, lengthening the throat, so you have a back bend. Release, lower the hands, step the left foot back to downward dog. Lower the knees, come to a seated pose with the legs to the front of the mat. This way. We'll do head to knee pose. So, inhale, bend the right knee out to the side. Exhale, press down through the sitting bones. Lift the chest, pull the shoulders up and back, and maintain that core strength, pulling the navel to the spine, keeping the lower back from slumping or rounding or collapsing in the chest. Keep leaning to the front of the sitting bones. Squeeze the legs towards one another with muscular energy to maintain this integrity in the hips and pelvis. And inhale, open the heart. You can even raise the arms. And exhale, fold forward. Let the hands rest wherever they may. Don't overreach with the arms because that tends to tense up the shoulders. Keep the shoulders back and down, the front of the neck long, and the back of the neck broad. Inhale, expand in the chest and shoulders. Then exhale, pull in through the navel. You can go deeper on the exhale. But give your body love on the inhale. And just find a comfortable rhythm for your breath. There's no break between the inhale and the exhale. Getting a nice stretch all the way down the lower back. The front of the shoulders stay wide. back of the neck stays broad. If you feel a pinching in the back of the neck, you're probably throwing the chin forward. Bring the point of the chin back and in so the neck can stay long and elegant, be graceful. Inhale, lift the chest up and switch the legs, straightening the right. Now bend the left knee out to the side. Move the buttocks back so you're on the front of the sitting bones. Engage the core, pull the legs towards one another, flex that right ankle, and then inhale, lift the heart, raise the arms, and exhale, fold forward, resting the hands under the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen the spine and neck, and on the exhale, tighten the tummy. You're going deeper on the exhale. Full inhales to nourish the body with love and kindness. Long exhales to let your body stretch to its comfortable capacity. Generous, kind, and loving to your body in the spirit of Lakshmi. And slowly lift, inhale up to a straight back. And exhale, extend that leg straight. And we'll do our cobbler pose. So cobbler, bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together. Pull against the ankles so that your spine doesn't round, or if necessary, even press the fingertips behind. So you have a nice straight spine. Possible, bring to fold forward on the exhale, pulling the navel to the spine. Inhale, broaden the chest, widen the shoulders, relax the neck. On the exhale, just find your limit. The elbows can gently press against the inner thighs, relaxing that pressure on the inhale. And then just adding a little more gently on the exhale. And last breath. Lifting the back up. Now extend the left leg and cradle the right leg. Just pull that right knee back behind the armpit, move in the hip socket, circle that around, and then bring that right shin up in front of the chest. If your arms were a forklift, bringing it closer to the chest. Some people will cradle that arm in the crook of the elbow and draw it in closer with that. And release the right side and cradle the left leg and the left knee. Bring that left knee back, start to circle in the hip socket. Bring the left shin up towards the chest. Try not to collapse too much in the chest or fall back. Keep the chest lifted. Just gently bring that left shin in towards the heart. And some may even try to cradle that in the crook of the elbow. sit up straight, chest open, shoulders relaxed. You might find that one side is easier than the other. And release that side down. And just rock the knees from side to side. Now, we're doing do Agni Stambhasana, fire logs. So placing that right shin in front of you, and then crossing the left shin on top of that, like two fire logs stacked on top of one another. Mine are not stacking very well. Get the idea. Use your hands in wherever position gives you the best posture. It may be behind, like kickstand, to help you lift the heart and open the shoulders. If this is a really easy pose for you, you might be able to fold forward a little bit if you breathe. The bigger your breath, the bigger your smile, the more fun the pose. And then release, lift the chest, uncross the legs, massage anything that's tight, and then switch the legs. Now, bring the opposite foot on top. Try not to sickle or sprain the ankles. You want to keep the shin muscles engaged so the ankle doesn't overstretch on the side. Press the fingertips behind if you need help sitting up straight. Breathe into the hips with loving kindness, generosity, and compassion. If this is easy for you, try to fold forward over the hips without shortening the breath, without gritting the teeth, but having a nice, happy smile, and a long, healthy breath. Good. And now release. Cross the legs. Open the legs to a wide angle. Spread the toes, flex the ankles, and press on to the front edge of the sitting bones by pushing the fingertips behind, or simply by engaging the core. Squeeze the kneecaps, pulling the thigh bones up into the hip sockets. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back, and exhale, fold forward a little bit over the hips. Inhale, expand and lengthen. Maybe you tiptoe the fingers forward an inch, and then try again there, folding on your exhale. If you're still smiling, walk the fingertips forward a little more on the next breath, and continue finding your edge. Breathing generously with love, so your heart is full. Purna, lacking nothing. And finally, inhale and lift the head up. Now, slide the left hand towards the left ankle, reach over the right shoulder, and stretch to the left side. Inhale, open the shoulders, look up. And exhale, extend out and over the left hip, trying to touch the foot with the hand. Don't let the right hip lift up, but keep the right buttocks and sitting bone pressing into the floor. And inhale, release, lift the head up, and switch to the other side. Slide the right hand towards the right ankle. Lift the left arm over the shoulder. Keep pressing the left sitting bone into the floor as you reach across, perhaps finding the right foot and bringing the chest through. Lengthen the breath. Widen the smile. And slowly lift back up and release. Because Lakshmi is associated with the lotus, practice Lotus pose, not an easy pose, so we can modify it. We can do cross-legged position where the ankles are crossed. You can do auspicious pose, widening the knees more out to the side so that the ankles are more in front of one another. Try that. Or try your lotus. So half lotus is the start. You bring one foot up on top of the opposite hip. Lean to the side and then fold that leg underneath. So this is our half lotus. Now, if both knees can touch the floor, you can try full lotus. So if this foot's in front and the left knee is easily touching the floor, then you can bring that foot up on top in full lotus. My knee is away from the floor. I'm going to be twerking or injuring my knees if I try and bring this foot up. So for me, half lotus is as far as I need to go. And I'm still getting the benefits of this Padma lotus pose. Add the mudra, Padma mudra, by touching the thumbs and pinkies, opening the center fingers. Breathing this lotus flower blossom into the heart. Just letting your heart blossom like the lotus with each breath in, lifting, opening, shining forth in generosity of beauty and light. One more breath. Now we're going to switch the legs. So whichever leg was on top, reverse it. Bring the opposite foot on top. Lean to the side, and you can bring the bottom foot under in half lotus or full lotus. Hands at the heart in Padma mudra. And take 4 deep breaths, centering in the heart, the fullness, the love, generosity of your heart unfolding in this beautiful, loving expression. And release and rest. You can position yourself now in shavasana, corpse pose, lying on your back. Once upon a time, a long time ago, Indra, king of the gods, is riding his celestial elephant through the glorious kingdom of the gods. Indra has the natural arrogance of an absolute ruler. He's proud of his royal status, proud of his warrior prowess, and proud of the rich offerings in the sacrifices he receives from sages. As his procession moves in its slow progress, he sees the sage Durvasas standing before him with matted hair and road dust covering his body. He holds a garland. "Indra, Indra," called Durvasas, "I bring you a great blessing. This garland appeared before me after meditation, and an inner voice told me to offer it to you. It contains the very essence of auspiciousness and prosperity. Guard it well." Indra leans down and takes the garland. He offers a respectful but absent-minded salutation to the sage. Then, without waiting until he is out of sight, he drops the garland. Well, Durvasa stands for a moment shocked at Indra's carelessness with what, after all, was a divine gift. Then he utters a curse. "Just as you dishonored auspiciousness, auspiciousness will abandon you," he says. The moment Durvasa speaks, every flower in Indra's kingdom wilts, every tree droops. The garland, you see, was the form of Lakshmi herself, the goddess of abundance and auspiciousness, and all-round goodness. Her flowering form represented the flowering of the natural world, and the sage had offered it freely to Indra. When the king of the gods dropped the garland so carelessly, Lakshmi simply disappeared from the three worlds. With her went beauty, fertility, and the luster of every realm and every being. It wasn't just that the crops stopped growing. Every form and expression of goodness dried up like an abandoned lake. Prayers and sacrifices stopped. The sages no longer had the will to perform. People stopped giving gifts or offering food and charity or helping their neighbors, and no one cleaned the roads. Parents became indifferent to their children, and couples quarreled bitterly. Rulers forgot to consider their people and raise taxes. But because no crops grew, the taxes went unpaid. Even the sun and moon dimmed, and a dull cloud lay over the earth. In desperation, the gods approached Lord Vishnu, who is the true ruler of the worlds. Vishnu's cosmic task is to maintain the material universe in balance. He does this from his abode, where he maintains a heavenly court. But it is Lakshmi who gives him the power to do this, and when she disappears, even Vishnu can't keep things going. He looks deeply into his vast awareness to discover the explanation, and he finds the moment when Indra, in his pride, insulted the goddess. Knowing Lakshmi, he realizes what's happened. Lakshmi is not a goddess to roar or complain or draw a sword, but she does not stay where there is pride or harshness. When she is displeased, she simply leaves, and with her goes everything that makes life sweet. Vishnu, who has presided over many turns of the cosmic wheel, recognizes the symptoms of Lakshmi's departure, even though it has been several eons since such a thing has happened on so large a scale. Vishnu is the most resourceful of deities, and sitting in meditation he understands what must be done. Lakshmi has enfolded herself into the sea of consciousness, dissolving into the particles of the Milky Ocean, the cosmic sea of love and intelligence that stretches beyond space and time. Vishnu himself spends eons floating in the ocean of consciousness. He understands that to bring Lakshmi back, the elemental deities need to make an extraordinary effort. He assembles the gods on one side of the ocean and the demons, dark forces, on the other. Vishnu then calls forth out of his being two of his cosmic animal forms. Taking the body of a great serpent, Vasuki, he becomes the rope that pulls the vast churning stick. Pouring another part of his being into the form of Kurma, the cosmic tortoise, Vishnu dives to the bottom of the sea and supports the churning stick from underneath. Then, undiminished in his transcendent perfection, he takes his place with the gods. Together with prayers and supplications, the gods and demons begin to churn the ocean. Many amazing and luminous gifts come forth during the churning, but these are for another story. The important thing is, as the waters swirl into vast waves, the figure of Lakshmi slowly rises up from the center of the whirlpool. She stands gracefully on a lotus, her golden skin gleaming, her lustrous hair flowing to the waist. Her huge almond-shaped eyes and honeyed lips are features so refined and beautiful that gods and demons gasp. She is ivory gold, the color of a lotus, and her breasts are round, high, and close set. She wears a white garland and rosy silk. Her hair is dark and curly over her half-moon-shaped forehead. Her hands are at her sides, palms out, in the gesture of bestowing boons. Golden light pours from her. As gods and demons elbow each other for the privilege of courting her, she smiles her tender, lustrous smile and extends her hand to Vishnu, her eternal consort. As Lakshmi steps from her lotus and takes Vishnu's hand, the earth bursts into flower. The memory of love is reborn, and sages rekindle their sacred fires. The sun regains its fiery splendor, and the moon gleams full in the nighttime sky. Kings call their prime ministers to remind them of the laws of generosity, and rich people invite beggars at their gates to come inside and feast. With Lakshmi's reappearance, love, generosity, sacred practices, wealth, and fertility return to the world. When Lakshmi marries Vishnu, the world celebrates the sacred marriage of masculine and feminine, wisdom and love. In their union, an age of order and harmony is born. Dharma itself, the principle of righteous action, is Lakshmi's gift. More than that, she awakens love in Vishnu's heart. To me, the story embodies the fact that the innermost radiance of the self is born from the depths of one's being. Now you can start to reawaken. Deepen your breath and move your body to stretch. When you're ready, come back up to seated pose. Once you're seated, we'll chant Om together 3 times. Good. I'm hearing little noises, so I think everyone is ready. Okay. So let's take a deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.